Hey, so today is August 23rd. This is another update about the ongoing saga with petty and basic criminals that have been cyber stalking me, sabotaging all of my accounts, hacking me, stealing my accounts, and I'm pretty sure there's cases of identity theft. So, since I'm pretty sure there have been people impersonating me, I'm wearing my glasses because they are high prescription and not low index, and it's harder to reflect fake reflections. I'm streaming this first to Twitch, and then I'm going to be restreaming it to my other platforms, just because, especially if I do it on YouTube, there's like massive interference in the feed. So this is the update today. So I told you that I just realized yesterday. I know this sounds ridiculous, but I really, like, when I write somebody off, I just try not to pay attention to them. And I wrote Ted Cruz off a long time ago. So I actually didn't even realize he was running this year. I know that sounds kind of ridiculous, but I just, even just politics just isn't really my thing, except for if it's like local stuff. So anyway, I didn't realize until yesterday that he was running for re-election, and that's why there's this huge push of all these so-called people, people I know that I think are AI voice clones that are calling me like, just get off the internet. Go, like, I'm supposed to go hide out in the wilderness or something, just so, and not say anything. And I think it's because I'll have to put screenshots up of this, but I had in 2016, I think, I basically did an open letter to Ted Cruz saying I would never vote for him again. I did another post in 2018 on election faith and politics, which is basically kind of like my it wasn't even saying, at that point, I wasn't even saying I wouldn't ever vote for a Republican. I was just saying I would never, because I used to, when I vote, I used to like always like vote Republican no matter what, just across the board. It was kind of my deconversion story. And I've seen people like kind of copy that and like do it, like use the same format and almost kind of the same wording and just kind of flip it. So anyway, there was that. And then there was my 3-hour live stream that I did when I was first talking about what was going on. I noticed that there were certain pages on my site that were being really, really targeted. And it was the one that I mentioned there that says, because I had just discovered it right before I started doing the live stream. I said, I don't even know what it is and that I said in this video that they're so bothered by. All it says, in the text was, Jesus isn't a sellout. But when I went back and watched it, I talked about Ted Cruz selling out and that, he would never be president. And so I thought it's out. Didn't realize he was running. So here's the thing. I am positive. So this has been going on. I've had just interference on my site, my accounts for a long time. I just thought it was just like problems, but I think that I think even back like in 2016, I was targeted, not knowing I was targeted all this time, because I've had problems with my emails, just different things. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that my donation page had been, the form had been changed, like DonorBox. I used to have a form up on DonorBox, and that was like totally gone. So I think that was hacked. So anyway, that has been ongoing for a long time, but it really got intense this year. I've had, people like hacking my accounts, just spending, the amount of stuff is just crazy. And I couldn't figure it out until yesterday, like why this was. So this is the thing about manipulators. I have several of those podcasts that I did. Right now, you're probably only going to be able to see them on YouTube. Hopefully, I have to go back and check to see that they're all still up, because even my YouTube videos, some of those have been sabotaged as well. My Kabul Hope podcast, they get flagged, so they don't get really distribution. I've done that for a long time. And why is this? So the only thing Ted Cruz talks about is he's anti-immigration. And I try not to listen to him, but anything I have heard him say, he's lying. He's like a complete liar about immigration. And what I do in those Google Hope updates, I give updates, I talk about what's going on, and in the article I give links to everything that I'm saying. I don't just like say stuff, I back it up with, documentation. So anyway, those have been targeted. So when I realized that yesterday, I was like, oh my gosh, this totally makes sense. But the thing is, they didn't just go directly out of my site. What they also did, this is what manipulators do. They have to have misdirections, so you don't know exactly what the target is. So they also targeted my friends. Okay, I'm not gonna call friends because the words have meaning, and the actions of these people, they're not really friends, but people I know, people that I was associated with and close to, they got them involved in something else. So there was basically an attack and sabotage going on in a different direction. So anyway, the latest update is there's this. So I go and I'm getting these weird text messages from T-Mobile, which I have Metro PCS for my phone. So I have a Google Pixel phone, which they primarily hack through Google logins. I'm positive that this is a corrupted operating system, and that's how they're hacking it. They'll send in, if I try to change a password or log into something, there'll be 2 one-time passwords that come through at the same time, and that's basically how they're hacking, getting the primary hacking. And I was using my Gmail accounts, which is like starting to move off of that, because honestly at this point I don't trust Google at all. So anyway, I go to log in on a different computer because my Tech Mobility, the laptop I got from Tech Mobility a couple months ago through Newegg is completely screwed. That was a whole saga today, just looking and seeing everything. It's like demonic harassment. And one of the calls that was like, I'm positive that was a voice clone. I'm like, well, it's just demonic. I'm like, okay, this is the thing. If it was just straight up demons, that'd be easy, because they have to obey, when you apply the blood of Jesus, they have to obey. Human beings, they have free will, and they transgress that. So if it were actually just demons, that would be easier. But because it's human beings, it's not. They just, run rampant, and until the authorities are going to sit their butts in jail. So here's the thing. Where was I? Oh, okay. So I go to a different computer because my tech laptop that I got from Tech Mobility through New. Okay, let me say it again. I don't care how many times you try to cut the feed. I'm still going to say it. My laptop from Tech Mobility that I got through Newegg is screwed. So I went to a different computer, went to go and then log into my mobile account, and they have already accessed it. They changed my PIN, and they changed the answer to the security question on my phone. So I'm going to have to go into, there have been all these prompts to go to click on links for my phone. You guys are idiots. I'm not dumb. I know what you're doing. So no, I'm not clicking through on all these lame text messages that you send that I'm going to fall for this crap. I already know what you're doing. So anyway, I'm just going to go into T-Mobile and have a reset. That's it. I am me. I have my documentation. I can do that. So bigger problem is my hosting. So that's another one that they have hacked, and that is Host with Love. That's a Singapore-based company, but they have an office in Dallas. So that's another one. I've already sent a message to them, told them I've already reported this to the FBI, the Department of Justice, and the U.S. Marshals. And since I realized that this is actually politically motivated and it's affecting my business, I'm going to be filing a complaint with the FTC and the FEC. So all of these things, and this is what I expect, Host with Love. I expect access to my account pretty darn immediately, back to the backup emails that I've had forever on the account, and then I added additional because when I saw that they were starting to attack the accounts, I had authorizations on these, like authorization codes on these. And so I'm not even quite sure how they were able to access it without me giving a code for the authorization. Not quite sure how that happened. I also expect to have the email verifications fixed on my domains because right now they're jacked. This is what I expect. I also expect to have a detailed report of everything, all the accesses happened since August 1st, and the changes that have been made. This is what I expect from you, Host with Love. Okay, so anyway, there's that. Then I go again, because I could tell yesterday that the target is really those podcasts that I was doing all last year on, my Sunday thoughts, the Kabul Hope updates about what we're doing, because I would be talking about immigration and providing documentation of what I was doing, right? And so they want to wipe that out. Because why? Because Ted Cruz has a podcast. Lying Ted has a podcast where he lies about immigration. And so what I'm saying, this site that supposedly nobody listens to and pays attention to, they have to just be like this ignorant horde trying to sabotage and deface pretty much anything there that's highlighting what a liar Ted is. Okay. Again, I am an American citizen and I have a First Amendment right to say what I want. And what I'm saying about immigration, unlike Ted Cruz, is actually facts, and I provide documentation for it. So not only are you guys criminals, criminal hackers, you're also, I don't even know. I hope you are sat in jail for a very, 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 very long time. So anyway, I have my phone. We have my hosting, right? And then I go to, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to log into Amazon AWS on the console because this is where I store my podcast files. So I go into login and I've changed the login. And so it seems like it's going through, but then lo and behold, I've already contacted them twice about this. Nobody's contacted me. So I don't know. Maybe they did try to call the number on file and it got redirected because, again, my phone number, my phone, I have not gotten a call or an email from Amazon AWS. And I was told they were going to be looking into it. They had a team that were looking into it. This last week when I said there's been access to it, they're like, well, we have a special team that looks into it. So what was said on that for me to be able to log in was a USB passcode. So the jackasses have that passcode. I can't even reset it. So this is a thing, Amazon AWS. What are you going to be doing about this? And I'm expecting access to my account again. So here's the thing. Like I said the other day, like anything, number one, at this point, I don't trust Google at all. It's obviously it's like the most insecure, just from my experience, it's the most insecure ecosystem you can possibly imagine. And either it's just like wide open to hackers to manipulate, or there's massive numbers of people on the take. That's what it looks like to me. I had posted I posted something on Twitter about, I was just going to share my essay from the first edition of an Unexpected Journal. Oh yeah, that's been another area of sabotage. Yeah. So I think that was part of like misdirection. So I think the real motivation was political, but all this other stuff is going on to like kind of draw my attention somewhere else. I'm not on the board for a journal anymore. So, that door of distraction is closed. Let me tell you, to the instigators behind this, that you keep on doing this just shows me how utterly stupid you are. You are really dumb. And let me tell you something else about the people that you used to get, that were closer to me, to attack me. They're going to fold and they're going to be turning you in, because let me tell you, they can't even stand up in a discussion. They get butthurt when somebody doesn't agree with them. So being interrogated by authorities, they are so going to turn you in, and everybody they know. Trust me. Trust me. If they're going to turn on me, they're certainly going to turn on you. Anyway, I highly doubt that you paid them enough. I mean, they're just going to. I tell you, like, you just, you picked faulty tools to use. You did. And to the people I know, you chose the wrong side. And let me tell you why. Again, I know how this ends. I know how this ends. I had a word from God about it. How about you? When's the last time you got a word from God? Just curious. So you chose badly. You chose very badly. And the only thing I can say to you is the same thing I told you, I guess it was May. I thought I said this earlier, is you need to confess and repent. Get an attorney and go to authorities. That's all I have to say. I don't have anything else to say, any of y'all. So anyway, but to the people who are thinking that wiping me out is going to change anything about Ted Cruz's utter unlikability. He's still a bootlicker, okay? You wiping out my podcasts and my videos and trying to smash them, it doesn't change anything. People don't like Ted Cruz. People don't like Ted Cruz. Nobody likes him. Nobody likes him. Nobody respects him. People don't like Ted Cruz. I seriously have questions about the 2018 election because, that was back when they had still were using the polls that didn't have paper ballots. I seriously question that election, honestly, because again, nobody likes Ted Cruz. Texans don't like bootlickers. They don't. So anyway, so that's the update. But here's the thing. They're just they're complete idiots. I mean, all you are doing is piling up offenses. Because here's the thing. You've been harassing me so long. Make it like everything. It's been difficult. It's been difficult for years. You've been doing all this petty low-grade harassment. At this point, I'm used to it. Same thing with the betrayals. You know what? At this point, I'm used to it. Been there, done that. I'm just going to keep trucking. I don't give in to terrorists and I don't give in to bullies. And I'm certainly not going to give in to shady little wannabe kingmakers who think they can make somebody as, okay, I don't like to say as worthless as Ted Cruz because, he is a human being. But that's how he's acting. That's how he's acting. What the hell does he do in Congress other than just grandstand and be an obstructionist? Has he done anything useful? Tell me. I don't think so. So that's why you have to go and just lie about everything. And this is the thing that I've noticed about, because this is the thing, I don't think it's just about politics. I think some of these they have these agencies that think they're marketing companies that they don't even know what marketing is. So this is the thing, marketing, this is your little lesson. So I'm sure maybe you're going to shut your ears because you don't like anybody telling you something that you don't know. But this is what marketing is. It's not manipulation. Marketing is when you see a person and they have a need and you say, okay, well, this is what I offer. This is my product or service. And marketing is showing how your product or service best fits that need that the client has, the client or the customer has. So in total quality management, which was the management theory when I went through business school, it's about looking at the whole picture. So you're looking at how can we best make what we offer suit that person's need, suit the end user's need. And it's also looking at holistically at the company and the employees and how it's about the good of the whole rather than just looking at squeezing out the most money. Okay, it's about doing what you're doing well. And this is what you don't understand. So you just try to push crap. And then anybody that says anything different, that says, hey, points out that, yeah, that is crap, then you go and you attack them and you sabotage them. Here's just a thought for you. Just a thought. I know this is going to be radical. How about this? How about actually having something good to offer that you can actually highlight the benefits rather than pushing crap? What would that be like? Can you even imagine that? That's what marketing is. What you're doing is just manipulating and propaganda. That's it. Because it's about power, control, and money. And so how it impacts other people, you don't care, right? So here's the thing. I've said this before. Evil always oversteps. And every single day that has been a delay to the resolution of this, every day, there's been the net has sprung wider and more things are revealed. The same thing was true today. So I had more people that I reported. Yesterday, my update was 5,225 words. Yeah. So here's the thing. Keep it up. Keep it up. Like, how many more people do you want the Lord to expose to me? You're dumb to keep on doing the things. Like, keep on doing the same things and expecting something different to happen. You're dumb. So anyway, so there's that. Again, I do have a GoFundMe, up, and if you want to, I don't even know. I mean, this is just what I had thought, like, as amount to like start like replacing what they've sabotaged and destroyed. And one of the things, I mean, there's just a lot of things that aggravate me about this. It infuriates me that they're taking it out on, the Afghans, who are already in a desperate situation. It's infuriating to me that I have to go back and try to just basically redo all these things that they've gone behind and destroyed because, they're just everything, like my bank accounts, they've flagged for identity theft. I don't know what they flagged for. They've been flagged anyway. Like anything that comes through, like that touches probably my phone or my computer, it's, who knows, what they're seeing. They're just, anyway, so that's where it's at. But here's the thing. You're not going to shut me up. Like I've said, I've been dealing with this crap for so long and it's been difficult. I'm used to it. Yeah. Probably pretty much anybody else would have given up by now. You just make me mad. That's the thing. And you should have known this by now. Like, you try to intimidate or bully me, you just tick me off and make me angry and make me even more determined to just basically stand my ground. And all you criminals and pathetic losers, you know what? You are on sinking sand because you're crooks, you're criminals. The law isn't for you and God isn't for you either. So anyway, that's my update for today. And again, I did see, as I was kind of going back and watching the video yesterday, I did see views come in and then they get deleted. And likes, it says it will have a like, but then the count is 0. It's like totally manipulate the engagement on my videos on YouTube. The other thing that is really dumb, there was one video that I had just looked at it the day before that had thousands of views. It was down to 214. Am I getting a lot more views? And so you just have to keep me down below. You don't want me to get monetized or, that people can tell that things are being viewed. It doesn't change impact. You know that, right? The number, the number only means something if it corresponds to reality. If it doesn't actually correspond to reality, it means nothing. Like I saw the journal views have been sabotaged too. And they had been wiped, except for certain people. And I don't track that as close as, obviously, I actually haven't even been tracking my views that much. I just, I've worked in it, so I kind of know about where views were, but I do remember where some of those segment videos were at and some of the other ones, because there were certain people that had a lot of views on them, and those have been wiped. And I do remember that, because I looked at this, that the total views for the segments between the journal and my, it would have been the journal, because I didn't put segments on my Race to Walk account. Those actually had more views than a lot of the articles on the website. So that's been modified too. It doesn't change the impact. It just means you're losers. I mean, you're kind of pathetic that you're just so bothered that I don't even know. I don't know, and I don't care. I don't care about the motivation. Go find another hobby. I mean, if you can avoid staying out of jail, go find somebody else to be obsessed with, because I'm uninterested. I mean, I don't care. And, you being petty and just trying to sabotage what I have out of jealousy. I mean, like I said, I don't even have, I'm not a counselor. So go talk to one about why you feel this need to do this. Because I have other things that I want to be doing and needing to be doing. So anyway, for those of you who have been watching and engaging on my videos, thank you very much. And also, so I do have an account. Email address I set up is raisetowalk@proton.me. If you go to my site, they have everything like completely jacked. So the emails are not going to be coming through there, even on the contact form that I do have set up here. They have it messed up. They have the whole everything. They just sabotage, which again is something that can be identified and people sued over. So whatever. Anyway, so you can send me an email at raisetowalk@proton.me. And also, oh wait, wrong banner. For the people watching, even in the beginning, I was just saying this the other day. It's like, I wasn't doing it for the views when I started doing videos. I was doing it because, that's what God told me to do. And so my focus was just to do the best I could at the time. And when it was Bible studies, like, do the best I could, do the best teaching I could, and just focus on that and let God worry about the rest. And it wasn't that I wasn't concerned about views at all. It's just that wasn't what I was chasing. I was trying to do, that was my focus, doing the best about that particular Bible study. And I thought, if nobody else watches it, at least my mom does. And then also not only my mom. So Taryn, he's my he's my ex-husband's nephew, but there's like, I don't know how you actually, what you're supposed to do with in-laws when you get divorced, but I mean, there's some people I keep. And so Taryn's one of them. He always likes and interacts with my stuff. And I did see that you liked it on LinkedIn when I first posted it there. And then I think that engagement was wiped. So it's just, I don't know how they do that. But anyway, so yeah. But yeah, to everybody else that is listening and engaging, again, if you have some suggestions for me, then send it to raisetowalk@proton.me. I think this is the thing. They act like, shutting off my AWS account or deleting them there is gonna like eliminate the recordings. I have backups of them. I mean, do you really think that I don't? I do. Just because they weren't on my computer that you hacked doesn't mean I don't have them. I have them. And I already started uploading them. So I'm going to be uploading them to, I'm going to be doing backup accounts, I guess, or backup podcasts, and doing it other places. And I will try to get my original one back, but I have to like work things out with Amazon, to get that secured too, because they hijacked my login. So anyway, but yeah, so it's like they. I don't even know how many people they must have. Like, I was noticing this yesterday, so I went and I was muting people that I knew that were involved because I was like, I just don't even like so done with them. I don't even want to give them my attention. And then almost immediately, a text came through from one of the people because it was somebody I know, and I was like, and it was like it was a text to see if I would respond or if I knew that they were involved. Yes, the answer is I know that you're involved. I don't need to have a conversation with you. I'm already done. You can have a conversation with authorities. That's where we're at right now. So anyway, that's the update for today, and I hope that y'all have a good day. And again, so if you have like some suggestions for me, send me an email at racetowalk@proton.me, and then also I do have the GoFundMe up at GoFundMe up there. And I've said this before, but if you haven't heard it, if you donated on my site, not to Dawn, or actually, this is the thing. If you donated at all, anything, whether it's to me on Race to Walk or to the Afghans on Dawn's site, send me an email at racetowalk@proton.me and let me know what it was and how much. Because here's the other thing I was thinking. I got, other than the ones that I knew, like people that I know that donated through Dawn, and the ones that Leslie knew for for the fundraiser, I got one donation for somebody that we didn't know. And the thing is, it only comes to us, or for the Afghans, if it's designated as a Race to Walk. And he has his own initiatives that he has, and he also has other ministries that he does the same thing he's doing with us for. So when I was thinking about it, and there's, like I said, it looks to me like there was like kind of either a hack of my account or an inside hack at DonorBox, because my form that I had initially set up was wiped. It wasn't even on my account, and I think that there was another one that was actually, like, I'm looking at it and I think it's mine, because I'm not, you set it up once, you don't really go back and look at the code. And so I think that was that. But if they, there's there's something going on in Amazon where royalties are redirected. So I'm just wondering if there was something. You may say, okay, that seems like a little extreme. I'm not joking when it has been pretty extreme, the level of malignance and sabotage towards me and towards anything that I'm doing. So my thought is maybe some of that was like, it could have been redirected at DonorBox, and it went into one of these other allocations through Dawn's donations. Because again, it only goes to the Afghans if they select Race to Walk. And if somebody selected, like, for the refugees, then that goes to a shelter in Ukraine that he's supporting. And actually, in the first, like when Leslie first started getting donations for the kids to go to school, there were 2 $500 donations from people that she knew. Like, we sat down with them, talked to them, and they were like, okay, we're going to go do this donation, explain exactly how to do it. And one of them came through that was to Race to Walk, but the other one was came through under refugee relief. And I mean, he could have made a mistake, but like, based on everything else that happened, I'm kind of thinking, was that I mean, I don't know how they would do that, but I've seen these other things going on where there's there's redirects, right? Things that have to do with money, there's redirects. So it's, you think it's going to one place and it goes someplace else. So I'm wondering if it happened at the donor box level, that happened. So anyway, so I have no idea, but I do know that that one donation, and the guy is really tech savvy, and we explained how to do it. So I just thought it was a mistake at first. And the only reason that we got that one was because we knew it was coming. He had said that he had sent it. And so I asked Don, and Don had to go through and look at the donations, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, he selected this other one." So anyway, so if you donated either place, whether it's to me like on the Give page, because like I said, I haven't received a donation on that since August 8th, 2021, or to Don for the Afghans where you thought you selected Race to Walk. Send me a message at Race to Walk at Proton Dummy. So anyway, that's Saga for today. But talk to you later.